Vietnam Trade, Investment, Tourism Promotion Forum. First of all, I want to welcome our Ambassador, Mr. Pham Sanh Chau, to kindly come on the stage. We are about to start the inaugural session. I just want to say a few words. We have a leader amongst us, Ambassador His Excellency Pham Sanh Chau. I have met many ambassadors by now, and during my journey or career as a journalist, then working with FICCI and CII, now starting the Policy Times. So the objective of starting Policy Times was a little different. That we have a lot of media, but they don't do the job of media. We have a lot of other organizations, they do job different than that. So we thought, why not to create a bridge and develop an organization which does the policy direction or policy. And then coincidence or by fortunate that I met Ambassador Pham Sanh Chau. He represented Vietnam at United Nations and many other international platforms. The kind of leadership that he carries, I don't know how much rest he takes, but he's always that same energetic, with that same amount of energy, enthusiasm and openness in any forum that I have seen. And the embassy under his leadership, the Vietnam embassy, are doing outstanding work. And why today I vow for Vietnam to be one of the leading economies of Southeast Asia is because people like him are behind making this country, Vietnam, like this. So I want to have a big round of applause for him. And also want to invite him to kindly deliver a welcome remarks for this session. Opening remarks.
Very good morning to all of you. Honorable Menkakashi Leki, a very popular MP of New Delhi and a good friend of Vietnam. Honorable Mr. Lohia, Honorary Consul of Republic of Lithuania in India and Chairman of FICCI. Mr. Do Ko Hương, Joint Secretary of the Department of Asian Market in the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Akram, Director of Tourism. It gives me a tremendous pleasure to welcome all of you today, this morning, because this is the 11th event that the embassy organized after 33 events in the full month we call the month of Vietnam in India. We are very happy to welcome you because this is a crucial moment to celebrate the relationship between Vietnam and India. Just 3 years ago, during the official visit to Vietnam by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the leaders of the two countries decided to uplift our relationship to the level of comprehensive strategic partnership. With that level, Vietnam enjoys only the 3 countries across the world. So India is one of the 3 countries. Because our relation traditionally very cordial, very friendly. Because our two nations are bound by civilizational link, by cultural links, and especially by spiritual link. Because Buddhism, which was born in India, came into Vietnam, and Vietnam is predominantly a Buddhist country. Therefore, when we talk about India, the first thing that came into the mind of every single Vietnamese is, oh, this is a land of Lord Buddha. And then the relationship had been so strong that India stood always with Vietnam. And now is the time for us to work more closely together. Madam Honorable Member of Parliament, I just want to share with you that the macro figures of Vietnam economy are very bright. We have an average growth rate of more than 7%. We have an annual investment coming from abroad into Vietnam around $35 billion US dollar for the last year. We have a trade, very good trade value, 500 billions, which is interestingly double the size of the GDP of Vietnam. It means that Vietnam economy is very, very open, and we enjoy 14 FTA. And we also have very good exchange rate because we don't have, the inflation rate is now only 3%, under the 4% targeted by the parliament. We also have been able to put under the control the foreign debt. Foreign debt now stands at only 48%, much lower than the 61% defined by our National Assembly. Having said that, Vietnam is emerging as a destination for investment, for tourism, and for trade. And we are very pleased to share with you the good news that the trade between our two nations, according to the Indian statistics, has reached in March 2019 14 billion US dollars, and we are about to reach 15 next year, as agreed by the two leaders of the two countries. So the purpose of our gathering today is to enable all the Indian business people to interact with a big Vietnamese business delegation coming from Vietnam. This is the second Vietnamese business delegation that come to India in order to get contact with their potential partners. The first one I took to Jerusalem to attend the global meet during the context of Himachal, Rising Himachal. That delegation includes many business people in the area of pharmaceutical, wellness, in the area of food processing. And in this delegation, we organized also 14 tables outside and up in the garden, so you can interact with them. They are mostly well-known and major company in Vietnam in food processing, in wood and furniture, but also in engineering, in productions of copper and stainless steel. And we also have present here today the representative of a company present here that have been working in Vietnam. I hope that you will share with us the success story that you have been able to record in your joint venture and your doing business in Vietnam, and you can share how we are at ease of doing business in Vietnam. And we also have tourism company present here today. I'm very pleased to announce that after the direct flight launched by Indigo between Kolkata and Hanoi, Kolkata and Ho Chi Minh City daily, the number of occupancy is increasing from 50 to 60 and now 80% within one single month of October. So I hope that on the 7th of December, Viet will launch a direct flight, and we hope that we will be able to have a full plane during this phase because the opportunities are there. We have around 150,000 travelers between the two countries every year. This is no wonder why we cannot fill 360 seats per day by the two cargo. For information, I work very hard in convincing the Ministry of Transport, the GMR, in order to get a good slot for the both airlines to land, and also I have to work also in Vietnam. I have to come to see the CEO of Indigo several times. It took me nearly 1 year to convince them, and I could take credit because they decided to open flight not only to Vietnam, but at the same time they decided to open a flight to Rangoon and China and Arabia Saudi. So the other three countries benefit from my tremendous efforts of lobbying. I congratulations for them as well, because I think that's the market is big, so everyone can have a good part in that cake. So ladies and gentlemen, I just want to give you a very glimpse of what we are doing and what we expect. So after this meeting, we organize the Height Week of Vietnam starting from 18th. We promote Vietnam trade, investment and tourism in 6 states and major 5 other cities in India, ranging from Dar es Salaam, New Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, and finally and interestingly in Imphal, Manipur. Yes, in order to strongly implement what has been committed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi about Act East. So Vietnam is a pillar of Act East policy followed by the Ministry of External Affairs of India. Having said that, once again, thank you very much for coming here today, and I wish you a very successful deliberation, and especially I hope that you will be able to sign some MOU with the 35 business delegation coming from Vietnam. If you are not satisfied yet with their presence here, please come again next week. I will bring you another set of business people. I hope that you will be able to at last find a right partner coming from Vietnam for you, because it is a right time to do business with Vietnam, given its physical and link connectivity, given the strong historical, civilizational and political link between our 2 nations. Thank you very much. Before I conclude, I would like to thank you very much. I am very moved when Madam Honorable Member of Parliament shared me the story that she read a book about General Giap. General Võ Nguyên Giáp is one of the 10 most talented generals across the world of all time, because he defeated the French in order to get independence for us, and he defeated the Americans. His name associated with the Điện Biên Phủ battle. And the second battle he fought is Ho Chi Minh campaign battle in order to reunify our country. And I'm very pleased that she read about that, and we are very pleased to introduce his son present here today, Mr. Võ Hồng Nam. So now, he's not a politician, he's not a general, but he is a businessman in IT and also in gastronomy, because he owns a chain of restaurants. With that, thank you very much indeed, and I wish you a very good deliberation.